Hello, good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. It's this early start to the day. Let me just see if I can just share this into a group. I'm not sure if I can. Let's see if I can do that quickly. Share this into a group. No, it doesn't look like it. Not the one I want to do. So, how was your weekend, everybody? It's Monday. I have never... Oh, I got a love heart. Hello, whoever is sending me a love heart. I have not worked Mondays for a really long time. That's not true. I have worked Mondays. I have been working Mondays since I've had my child, but not to anybody else's timeline, right? It's always been to my own timeline. When I had a hair salon, we did not work Mondays. So I woke up this morning and it felt like a Monday. Oh, goodness me. Anyway, today I wanted to have a chat about the 3 essential ingredients for achieving any goal. And for really nailing them, right? So, because this is kind of, when we set out, especially in our businesses, we set out and we decide that we want to and grow our business, increase our revenue, get more clients. It's a good thing, right, to put some mental energy into. And the sooner we can do it, like the faster we can do that, the faster that we can start, enjoying the fruits of our labor. So we can start enjoying greater financial security. We can enjoy more ease and comfort in our lives. So it's like something that obviously we all want to put time and energy into coming up with a strategy and making sure that we are replenishing. We're replenishing our business. With our business, you can't just, it's never one and done, is it? So basically, today I was going to talk about 3 ingredients for doing that. And the first one, it seems fairly simple and straightforward, and that is to come up with a strategy to get from where you are now to where you want to go, right? Sounds pretty simple, but we also need to really have a good hard look at where we are right now and what is missing. Where are our shortfalls? Where are the skills that we're lacking? What is stopping us from enjoying that greater abundance, that revenue, the clientele, the type of business that we want to be experiencing today? What is going on there? And then also, if we go from point A to point B, well, what does point B look like? And how is that different to where I am now? What must I be including in my day-to-day? What would my business look like? How am I interacting with my clients? What is the configuration of life at point B? And so we want a strategy to get us from point A to point B. Now, if we think about anything, like if you think about, for example, losing weight, it's a great idea. We could be like, I want to lose 10 kilograms, my baby weight, so that I can get back into my pre-baby clothes. And yet there is a million, trillion different ways that you could lose weight. You could go to the gym, you could go keto, you could go on Weight Watchers, you could do any one of those things, and you might try many of those things, and you might be successful and you might not, And it's the same with our business. There's so many bazillion, cajillion strategies for doing something such as growing your revenue or increasing your leads or increasing your prices, so there's lots of different ways that you could do it. So you need a strategy. And this point 1 and point 2 can be quite iterative. So you might get a little way down the track of deciding, okay, well, I'm going to focus on building my Instagram profile, for example, or I'm going to focus on, Facebook and I might do an email nurturing campaign. Okay, so let's just say we choose email nurturing. I'm going to follow up with my list. I've been collecting contacts, emails for years, and now I'm going to start nurturing them because I haven't really interacted with my email list that much. And they're probably, if you haven't been, then there's quite a good chance that a lot of those people aren't you've missed the opportunity, you missed the boat with those people. So, but today is a whole new day, line in the sand strategy. I'm going to do an email campaign, and I'm going to commit to doing that. So that's step one, is to decide on a strategy. Step two is to find a teacher, a guide, or a mentor. Okay, so you might be like, hey, I'm going to do it on my own. I can work this stuff out on my own. Okay, fine. You're still going to do research on the internet. You're still going to be watching YouTube videos. You're still going to be listening to podcasts. You're still probably going to download an opt-in of how to nurture your email campaign or how to build your email list. You're going to still go out there and try and find someone to fill the gaps in your knowledge and in your wisdom, right? And the quality of your results, your outcome, is going to be dependent on the quality of the information you're putting in. Okay, so if you are working with a teacher, a guide, or a mentor, so someone, for example, if this is, let's just say you go for the Rolls-Royce educator, Rolls-Royce mentor when it comes to email nurturing campaign, and that might be, I'm not sure, maybe Pat Flynn or someone like that. And you're like, I'm going to do their training, and I'm going to join their community, and I'm going to, buy the templates or whatever it is. And then you get, so you engage with that teacher, you engage with a mentor, and you're paying, you're probably investing to have the opportunity to get their wisdom and their tools and their resources. Awesome. If you consider that compared to just, doing a bit of research on the internet and like finding a few ideas and having a go at it. Okay, so you could do either or. What happens when we're trying to learn any new skill is we'll do the best we can, and then we often will hit a wall where we're like, is this working? Or I've ran out of things to say, or I don't know if this is the right approach. I don't know if I'm doing it right. And not being able to have clarity around, am I doing this right? Am I getting these results? Are these results like to be expected? Then we can, because we don't have the feedback, if we're not working with a teacher or a guide or a mentor, or if we're not in a community where we can ask those kind of questions and have the questions answered, then it means that we tend to lose momentum. And unless you're getting like a lot of feedback from your the process that you're actually doing, unless you're getting great feedback, then you're like likely to go, well, I don't know if it's working. And you can lose momentum, and then you stop doing the things, right? And so having a teacher or a guide or a mentor helps you to, one thing, have more commitment, and also helps you to have more momentum. But the other thing is that it actually, when you can ask questions and you can draw on the resources and the expertise and a template of a teacher, you're going to accelerate that process versus trying to do it all on your own, piecing together different opt-in, free lead magnets that you've gotten from different, business coaches or things like that. So it's like, for me, my approach is always to invest in quality education, whether it be working with a coach, because, and this is why, it'll accelerate the results. It always accelerates the results. If I'm trying to do it on my own, and I'm a very clever cookie, almost lost my internet then. I'm very, very resourceful. So my tendency in the beginning is to try and patch it all together myself, and then what I realized was that the time it takes for me to upskill on my own, instead of going to someone who's an expert or a master in their field, meant that I was doing it not very well for a much, much longer period of time, getting much worse results or outcomes than if I just went with someone who this is their area of mastery. And so when you invest to work with a guide, say like a teacher or a coach, whether it be just like doing an online program with someone, you're getting this level of mastery that just takes you from point A to B very, very quickly, much more quickly, and with much better outcome than if you try and work it out all on your own. And look, I love being a problem solver. I am such a problem solver. I get a kick from being able to work stuff out on my own and proving how smart I am. However, in business, we can't, we have so many things, so many plates in the air to keep going that honestly, it's not a great use of your time. And the other thing is, the sooner you get to point B, where you are like incorporating the new strategy, you have built that into your business process. The sooner you get to there and it's in good shape, like you're doing it well, then the sooner you get the fruits of that strategy. And so if if you could do that in 6 to 8 weeks, for example, whatever it may be, versus 2 to 3 months, and you're starting to get, say you're getting 5 more leads a week, or you're getting 1 new client a week from that in such a much shorter period of time. So what did I say? 6 to 8 weeks versus 2 to 3 months. So that's like, let's say 2 months versus 3 months. So in 1 month, that's 4 extra clients, right? That hopefully would have paid for your investment versus trying to work it out on your own. And the outcomes are never going to be the same. So step 3 is to not only learn, but is commit to implement, to actually take action, and not just learn, but do. Okay, now this is a biggie, because even for someone like myself, where I do love being a problem solver, I do want to be able to, to work it all out myself and do it. I also love learning, and loving learning can be a buffer zone to avoid failure. And let me elaborate on that, because when we're learning, we're not doing, right? We're not acting, we're not taking action. And if we're not taking action, we're not actually risking failing. But when we're learning, we feel like we're setting ourselves up for success. We feel like we're doing productive work, but it's never productive until you actually do the thing. And often we can feel like we're just not ready. We're not ready to do the thing. We're like, I just need to learn more. And people do this for their careers. I know a lot of people in the coaching and wellness industry who will be like, I just need to get another qualification, then I'll have the credibility, then I'll be able to go out and start working with clients. And it's like, so they're always in this learning and never earning stage. And it's, a cycle, and it's such a waste. It's selfish, because you're not actually out there using your amazing skills to actually start helping people. So Steph says, so great, it's feeling inadequate. Yeah, feeling inadequate will stop you from actually doing the thing. And it's such a disservice. It's such a disservice to the people who are actually praying and calling out for what you have to offer. But you're just telling them, and you're telling life, I'm not ready yet. I just need to learn a bit more. I just need to go polish the glassware over here. I need to go clean out my fridge because I'm just not ready. And we can do that in all sorts of ways. We can do that with literal procrastination, cleaning out the fridge, but we can do it in ways that seem like we're adding value, but we're just learning more. We're learning. And so learning without putting action in, like implementing, it's a disaster, right? So that's also the benefit of working more intensely or more closely with a guide or mentor, rather than doing, say, like an online program, or just getting a digital course, or doing a TAFE course or something like that, where they're not necessarily ensuring that you are taking steps to move from point A to point B. And so you need someone or somehow of being accountable. And so accountability is everything ultimately, and that's why people work with coaches. That's why if you want to lose weight, getting a personal trainer, or getting your nutritionist, or, for example, if you're doing Weight Watchers, they have the weigh-ins, there's that personal accountability built into it. And people, you'll do more for other people. So if you know someone's watching, you're going to do more. And if you can like avoid getting accountability, your ego will often take that option, because the ego doesn't want to be seen and held to accountable, because they might fail and then you might get disappointed, or you might disappoint somebody else, or someone might judge you. So understanding those three ingredients. So you need the strategy, and then you need to have a good strategy. You need a teacher and to learn your strategy, but also to refine the strategy. So often, business strategies are kind of put out there as like not just business, like any kind of strategies, put out there like a cookie cutter, one size fit all strategy, and it just doesn't work. Like, we know that if you look at diet and exercise, one strategy just does not work. Otherwise there would be one strategy that would rule them all, right? And it's not true. It doesn't work. With business, one strategy is not going to be the be all and end all. There could be any number of strategies, and how those strategies apply to your particular situation is where working with a mentor and working with a guide is so much more helpful, because you can then look at where it needs to be refined and adjusted for your particular situation. And ultimately, you need to be able to build and trust yourself, your own wisdom, and how that strategy can be applied to your situation, your circumstance, whether it be with your health, knowing what works for you, knowing, there can be all the science and all the, strategies in the world. Science is never settled. And, so you need to know what works for you, what's worked for you in the past, what works for you ongoing, and what works for your business. But you need to have someone to help you to refine that strategy, apply it to your situation, and to continue to hold accountability, help you to move forward when you hit that resistance, when you feel stuck, when you're not sure if you're doing it right. If you are coming up with feelings of inadequate or doubt or overwhelm, or the old negative chatter, like, this stuff never works for me, it only ever works for other people, and your identity, beliefs around your identity, then that's when you really do need to have someone to help hold the frame for you and help you to keep moving towards point B, or to refine your strategy if that's what needs to happen. So, and then obviously commitment to action. So very, very important. And now, look, guys, if this is something that you're interested and you'd like to have a chat with me about this, if you're like, oh, I know that I get hung up on this, and I know that this is exactly what happens to me, that I come up with a new shiny strategy, new shiny thing, a new strategy, and then I never ever get to the point of implementing it. So I never get to point B. If that's something that you're interested in, just send me a message. I'm happy to jump on a call with you and work out what's going on. So, and if there's anything that I can do to help you or to point you in a direction that might be better for where you are right now. So yeah, if you'd like to do that, just make sure you send me a message, and we can organize the time for a call. Okay, well, I hope that is insightful and interesting, and we started Monday with a Facebook Live. I'm celebrating that. even a Monday that feels like a Monday. Have a great day, guys. All right, bye.